evening, Wrestling Maniacs. Welcome to the pre-show. We are just seconds away from Friday Night SmackDown. And guys, with WrestleMania just 7 days away, what's going to happen here tonight on the go-home episode of WMO Friday Night SmackDown? And let me tell you guys something, it has not been a good week for the newly crowned WMO World Heavyweight Champion, The Rock. And just last week, we saw him get attacked by his own cousin, Roman Reigns and the Usos. But in what condition is The Rock here tonight? And will he be able to make it to WrestleMania 100%? JBL, what do you think?
Yeah, it's like betting on a major in golf. You know, even the favorite doesn't have the odds of winning. It's asymmetrical odds because it's the field against them. It's a chance of a lifetime.
Yeah, you never know.
To be able to walk out of here as champion, it's a chance of a lifetime. I don't care if you have your leg cut off. You've got to take that chance. You've got to roll the dice. Look at how many great Hall of Famers never became the champion.
And I agree with you, JBL. A chance to headline WrestleMania, especially as champion, it just doesn't get bigger than that. But making it to the showcase of the Immortals is a whole other ballgame. Because speaking of a chance in a lifetime, Stephanie McMahon just announced a blockbuster main event here tonight. And are you guys ready? Because tonight, The Rock and the Usos have one last chance to write their own destiny and to make it to WrestleMania. And get this, if the Usos lose tonight, they will be banned at WrestleMania for the main event between The Rock and Roman Reigns. And get this, guys, we're not done because the match will be held inside a steel cage match to ensure that we have a winner and there is no outside interference. It's the Usos versus The Rock inside a steel cage match. Coming up next, you're not going to want to miss it.
You think you know me?
With just 7 days away from the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania, we welcome you to our last stop. 18,315 WMO fans packed in the WMO State Arena in Los Angeles for WMO Friday Night SmackDown.
And there is the steel cage that will surround the ring here tonight, kicking off SmackDown in a huge way.
Oh, here we go, guys. It's main event time. We are about to find out if the Usos are going to be able to make it to WrestleMania. And guys, it's no doubt that the Usos are in fact one of the most decorated tag teams in WMO history, and for sure, future Hall of Famers. But before they try to cement their legacy in the Hall of Fame, they have a huge task right in front of them here tonight. And that's proving that they're better than their own cousin, their own blood, the World Heavyweight Champion, The Rock. And remember, this all started way back at TLC. The Usos and Roman Reigns, tired of living in the shadows of their cousin. Roman Reigns declaring himself the new head of the table. And guys, what an upper hand for the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns walking into WrestleMania, because just 7 days before WrestleMania, the Usos have an opportunity to lay the smackdown on The Rock and make sure The Rock doesn't make it to WrestleMania 100%. And you guys know this match is about to be brutal. These men hate each other. There's built-up tension, jealousy, and anger. Add a steel cage to the mix and we have ourselves a slobber knocker. And the Usos checking out that 15-foot steel cage. And guys, the cage is an animal within itself. The cage is meant to keep these competitors in.
Something's up. Rock has been champion for 24 hours.
The World Wrestling Federation champion, The Rock.
And if he loses, he'll become the shortest lived champion in WWF history. And that's what fans said history was going to be made here tonight.
got to get in the cage. I'm assuming the cage door will then be locked. The only way out will be over the top. That's my assumption.
Talk about focus. If I were not focused on Rock, as soon as Rock stepped foot in that ring, I'd hightail it up that cage and over and spring the good. I know he's over right now.
Awaiting the arrival of the challenger for the WWF title. The Rock circling the territory. The solid steel cage surrounding the ring will attempt to hold the passion, the animosity, the fury of the challenger, The Rock, and the new WWF champion.
The MCI Center has come unglued for the WWF champion, The Rock, who in 24 days defends the title. But tonight, a daunting task, a handicap match.
He's got to face those two animals in a few short seconds. Hopefully he's going to make it to WrestleMania.
WrestleMania, just about 24 days away. The match has officially started, folks. There's a couple of ways to win this steel cage match. You can win by pinfall, you can win by submission, or you can win by escaping the cage, either over the top or through the door, and both feet must touch the floor. Revenge on the mind of the Brahma Bull, The Rock, the People's Champ. You know, you saw the interference by the outlaw. Taste Steel first in this one.
I told you he wasn't too bright.
Can beat The Rock somehow in this steel cage match, but The Rock is cooking into the barricade, the People's Champ. You know, you saw the interference, King. Guarantee you there won't be any in this one. Steel cage surrounding the ring.
Well, Stephanie McMahon put this match together. I'm sure much to the delight of The Rock.
He's backing it on up. And again, you win this match.
I'm happy I'm right here calling this cage match. A lot safer right here.
And again, inside this cage match tonight, the rules, how you win. Pinfall, submission, or escape from the cage. Both team members are going to have to go over the top in order to win this thing.
Yeah, if you're gonna have to win this thing by escape.
The trifecta, and now the Usos are going for the home run.
And this is how the Usos got the job done at SummerSlam. Remember, now going to the top here. Looking center of the ring.
Over the top. There's no going. Normally you think this match will help the Usos.
The Usos. Scaling the cage here, looking to go up over the top. Taking way too much time here. He's got a crazed look in his eyes, King.
Oh, no kidding.
And he misses. Rock counters. Plants him with a DDT.
That's it. Uh-oh.
And a smack for good measure.
Smack is laid down on SmackDown by The Rock.
I think the smack's being laid down by Stephanie McMahon Helmsley here tonight. And now trying to keep him inside. Remember, both Usos would have to try to escape the cage in order for this match to be over. Both feet have to hit the floor. Can The Rock pull him in? And he does. And the People's Champ, top rope. And The Rock now with a right hand. And another one. Inside the cage, King, in case one of these superstars tries to go over the top and touch the floor.
He needed to be inside there. Rock would have won this thing by now.
Setting him up top rope, face first.
And again, using that cage as a weapon, almost like a tag team partner.
He also has to work the door in case a superstar wants to go out the door. And The Rock's going to try to go over the top now. The People's Champ trying to get out of this cage and end this match.
And The Rock on top of the steel cage. He's halfway there. And these fans chanting, "This is awesome." And I agree. Both Jimmy and Jey Uso are down. And you guys can see the toll that this steel cage match has taken on their bodies. And it looks like the Usos won't be making it to WrestleMania unless they got something in their arsenal and they can somehow pull off the win. Wait a minute. Look up at the stage. That's the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. Well, this is smart on the behalf of the head of the table, buying some time for the Usos. Roman Reigns trying to ensure his ticket to WrestleMania. He's going to do everything in his power to make sure that The Rock doesn't win here tonight. But the Usos back up on their feet. And they realize that The Rock is halfway off the cage. The Usos scaling the cage. And The Rock has no idea. His attention's on Roman Reigns. And the Usos trying to bring The Rock back in the cage. Oh! And The Rock crashing and burning from the top rope off that super kick by Jimmy Uso. And The Rock's down. Jey Uso beginning to climb the cage. Look, he's over the cage. He's got one leg off. And Roman Reigns enjoying every second of it.
This could be it for the Usos.
The Usos, they're going to go to WrestleMania.
Coming to the top of the cage. Look at this. And the Usos. One man down. The other's got to touch the floor to win this thing.
It's not over yet.
Going to climb the ropes again as he attempts to get out of this steel cage. Look out. Look out now. Is close to getting out of that cage. Beating on the top of the cage. The Rock to his feet. Can still get down.
Get his hair.
The Rock's got by the hair. How'd you know that?
The only thing left to grab.
And look at this, it's teetering. The Rock's got by his hair. Look at the strength of the People's Champ. He's trying to bring him back into the ring. Top of the cage.
Boom. Pull it out by the roots if you have to, Rock.
It's back in the cage. And the Rock's down.
No, not this.
Top rope.
He's folded him up like an accordion.
And that fall took a lot out of the Rock as well, King. Another look, King, at this tremendous suplex by the Rock.
Once the backhand hit that mat hard.
Which one of these superstars has anything left? Pinfall, submission, or out of the cage, and you win this one. The impact thundering throughout the reunion arena. The Rock to his feet. And on the Rock! Rock! The bottom!
And now The Rock trying to capitalize off that rock bottom. He's signaling the ref to open up the steel cage door. And if The Rock can climb out through that door, the Usos will be banned at ringside at WrestleMania. Uh-oh. Roman sees The Rock getting closer to climbing out that steel cage door. One Uso is out of the cage, but the other one has to climb out as well. Oh, and Roman Reigns taking out the referee. Roman Reigns is in fight mode. This is about the World Heavyweight Champion. Uh-oh, what is Roman doing here?
Oh, he closed the door on his head!
Put him The Rock.
Wait a minute. Look at The Rock. He's out cold. Look at the position he's in. He landed on top of Jimmy Uso.
He did it! Rock is going to WrestleMania!
And you know what this means? The Usos are banned at ringside for WrestleMania. And what's ironic, it's all Roman Reigns' fault.
Pulled out all the stops. He used every trick in the book. The Rock will defend it at WrestleMania.
Finally, the right prevails. What goes around comes around. In the wrong place at the wrong time.
What an unbelievable stage we have set for WrestleMania. Well, The Rock bucked the odds here tonight, guys. He went into this matchup without a champion's advantage. He was able to survive that.
In the greatest city in the world, the most electrifying man in sports entertainment history, The Rock is going to walk into WrestleMania as the WWE Champion.
Still the People's Champion. Still the WWE Champion.
Next up, the global, the phenomenon known as WrestleMania. Good night, everyone from Los Angeles.